Hello everyone, it's Ivoma, your guide to Africa, and today I have created a pre-departure checklist for any trip you're taking to an African country. All of this is coming up. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. That is an amazing way for you to support this channel. Thank you. You don't have to write down anything in this video. I created a free PDF download just for you. Traveling is exciting, and I know many of us want to travel to an African country. I want you guys to check that passport. Is your passport expired? And I know, y'all thinking like, come on, that's the number one, like that rookie move. You'd be surprised how many of us assumed our passport is nowhere near expiration. And then that day when you're getting everything ready to go and you just look through it, you're like, wait a minute, this is expired. You know, that has stopped so many people in their tracks. So I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to check, is your passport expired? When does it expire? How many pages do you have left? So the reason I want you to know when your passport expires is many countries have a 6-month rule. It means that many countries want your passport to be valid for 6 months after your arrival date. So it has happened to people where they're denied boarding. Like, I want you to check how many pages you have available in your passport. Many countries need you to have 1 or 2 pages available. Okay, I am in the middle of editing and I realized I totally forgot the visa bit. So this is the visa bit. Do you need a visa? Can you get one on arrival? If you have to apply for one beforehand, how long is it gonna take? Just investigate. There are so many places around Africa where they love US dollars. They love US dollars. Go to the bank, ask them for the crisp new bills. And when they're taking out that money, you know, I definitely specify exactly the $100 bills I want. And they typically know, they're like, oh, okay, you're going overseas, right? And I'm like, yeah. There was a time that I was rushing going to the airport a couple of years ago, and I took out $500 from the ATM, which gave me 20s and 50s, and I didn't even think about it. You know, when I got to Nigeria, nobody changed that for me. People just looked at me. They're like, this Christmas time, you're coming here with green $20, $50 bills? No. I got visa on arrival when I got to Kenya. I flew directly from the US to Kenya. I wanted to see if they also had that $100 blue bill thing. So when I went to the bank, I asked them to give me one $100 green bill, but everything else was blue bill. So with the green bill, I paid for my visa on arrival. And the person looked at the green bill and kind of took it reluctantly and then asked their coworker next to them if they could take it. And I'm like, okay. You guys have that thing here too. They did take it, but I mean, the fact that they even have to ask that, and it was not ripped, it was just a green $100 bill, but they still were wondering if they should take it. So now, not all of my audience is from the US. A large portion of my audience is from the UK. And I'm gonna be honest, I think you have to have new bills as well, new pounds. I don't know the specifics. So if you guys can comment below and let me know, I'm learning as well as you. Before your trip, have you visited your doctor? At least for my contact lenses, I definitely always go before a trip and just stock up. And I'm gonna tell you to visit your doctor 4 to 8 weeks before your trip. If you have those contact lenses, if you have prescription drugs that need to be filled, just go ahead and just get it done way before your trip. If you are getting prescription drugs from your doctor, please keep your prescription medication in the legitimate box with the doctor's name and the signature and the pharmacy. Keep all that stuff. Please don't take out your pills and put it into something else, because I guarantee you may be stopped and then it's a problem. It's an issue. You start turning into a drug trafficker. And I really don't want that for you. I really don't. Bring any over-the-counter medication that may be difficult to get when you land, just to have it ready. I know a lot of people take stomach medication. Just buy it before your trip, and so you can start using it as soon as you arrive, because the country you arrive in may not have your exact brand. You want to enjoy yourself. Just bring everything that you need. So for many African countries, you need to have the yellow fever shot. I would tell you to just go ahead and get it, because then it just makes it much easier to travel throughout Africa. Okay, let's say that you fly from US to Kenya. They don't check for yellow fever because I came from the US. But then I also went to Uganda. When I arrived in Uganda, they made sure I had the yellow fever card. And then when I came back from Uganda, when I went from Uganda to Kenya, they also made sure to check I had that yellow fever card. Do you need any travel insurance? And also look at if your current insurance policy covers your trip to an African country. If not, there are so many companies that offer travel insurance and travel medical insurance. Just look at it and just think about if you need it. The bank and credit card part is so important. please just tell your bank that you're traveling. There is no worse feeling than being stuck in another country with no money, which wouldn't happen if you just told them ahead of time. You call your bank and any credit card providers, tell them the time frame so they won't shut down your bank card or credit card when you are overseas trying to enjoy yourself. If you're going to use an ATM overseas or a credit card, make sure they're not going to charge you foreign transaction fees. There's so many credit cards that are awesome that do not charge you foreign transaction fees, so look into that option. Does your cell phone offer international coverage? And if so, like how much is it per day? And make sure they offer reasonable rates. I've heard of people paying $40 a day. It's never that deep. You call your cell phone company and they do not offer reasonable rates, don't worry about it. Just get a SIM card when you arrive. Just get a cheap cell phone that accepts that SIM card. Ask your company if you're going to be charged for incoming calls, charged for texting versus calling. Just try to weigh your options. If your company is not offering reasonable rates, just plan to get a SIM card when you arrive. It's super easy. So you can get it as soon as you get to the airport, but just make sure you bring a cheap cell phone that you can pop in a SIM card in. Are you planning on bringing any appliances or any technology with you? And so when I mean by appliances, I mean like hair dryer, flat irons, laptop, cell phone, iPad. So many of these things may not charge in an African country without an outlet converter or international adapter. Also expect electricity in many places is not as stable as what you're used to. So just keep that in mind. And make sure you bring like a portable adapter, a portable charger. I use RAV Power. I'm gonna put a link in the description box for this. I love this. This is amazing. I have 2 of them. I use this to power my laptop, 3 cell phones at once, like when I went on a trip with Christina and Rachel. This is an OG. This is amazing. So again, I'm gonna put a link in the description box. I bought it off Amazon. Okay, so bookings. Have you double checked all of your bookings? Are you sure everything is set? Many people book like drivers and, someone to pick you up from the airport, hotel rooms, Airbnbs, sightseeing activities and tours. So I want you to just double check. Just call everybody like, hey, just double checking. I want to make sure that somebody has your itinerary. Do you have a trustworthy friend or family member? Just send it to them. If something were to happen to you, God forbid, right? But if something were to happen to you, at least people know like, okay, they were at this hotel. This is the major sightseeing activity they were doing. I think you should always send your itinerary to at least one friend, one family member. Have you thought about updating the US Embassy? I think you should. Smart Traveler. It's called STEP. It's Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. Run by the US Embassy. They keep you updated on things that are happening in your area. And then on top of that, at least the embassy knows you're in town and they are the ones that are going to be helping you in any emergency. So just register for it. It's not a big deal. It takes like less than 5 minutes. Anytime I am in an African country and I forget my password and I'm not using a VPN, I'm just using straight like IP from wherever, Google will just block me. And it's not just Google, Netflix, everybody, because I'm telling you, there was one time I was blocked from Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, and Canva. And it gets to a point where I'm blocked and then I can't even reset. Just write down your username and password. You don't have to write down the whole thing. Just write down enough where you remember your username and password for different websites. Say you're blocked, you forgot this bit. When I moved back, I tried to log into my Gmail account. I only had 1 chance and I put in the wrong password and it locked me out. Like I couldn't reset, I couldn't do anything. Like Gmail locked me out of this one account that I forgot to write the username and password for before I arrived. VPN shows whatever website you're on that you're in another country. So what I did was I activated my VPN and then I pointed my IP to somewhere in the US, and then Gmail gave me the chance to reset that password. So I want you to have the copies of your essentials. So your passport, your visa and your passport, yellow fever card, driver's license, credit cards, debit cards. I think those are the important. Let's say your wallet is lost or stolen, then at least you have the copies of everything that you need. I want you to download WhatsApp. WhatsApp is amazing. I use WhatsApp every single day, but I actually use WhatsApp when I was in the States too. Okay, so when you sign up, you'll use your data to text your family. You can call your family and no additional charges. It's amazing. WhatsApp is going to be your friend. Now I'm in Nigeria and I call my family in the States. There's no additional fees. It's not like an international call. Like I'm calling them through WhatsApp. I'm texting people through WhatsApp. It's amazing. The last thing about your trip is, have you done any research on cultural norms? Have you just done any research on the people, the culture, the language, just anything? Just do some light research before you go. You don't have to research everything, but just think about it. Like, what are the cultural norms? Should I cover my hair? You know, things like that. What language are they going to be speaking? What kind of food are they going to eat? And also just research for you. So when you get there, you're like, okay, I want to try this. I want to try this. I want to go here, and I want to buy a scarf, or, you know, things like that. It also, doing research kind of gets you in the mood of traveling. So those are my tips. I know you guys are going to have a great time on your trip. Enjoy yourselves, and also please comment below any tips that I forgot or didn't say. I created a free PDF download just for you that I want you to use as you prepare for your trip to an African country. So check the description box. Bye now.